guys, so been a bit quiet on YouTube the last week, and that's because I'm having a bit of a setback. I'm not alone with that, and by setback I mean I've been unwell. So we all went to a wedding, and out of 18 people who attended, 11 got sick. So of course, with me still in the recovery period, it's hit me pretty hard. I've lost a bit of weight, but anyway, keep on resting. It did affect Fritzi quite badly, and she ended up in hospital. You know, she's pregnant, so double the trouble for her body, but she's fine now, at least anyway. So I thought I'd show something. This here is where I live. This is the garden of where I live. A bit overgrown, big beautiful blackberry bushes, and it's just beautiful. It's really, really beautiful where we live, and it's a huge garden. See here, and that's the house. Perfect little sand pit for Aslan. So how we got this house was quite profound, and it's not like it's amazing inside. It had graffiti on the walls, no carpets anywhere, just concrete floors. But as you all know, we were leaving Tanzania early due to COVID, and we also wanted to come here only for 8 weeks just for the birth. Originally Fritzi was going to go stay with family. I would come for 8 weeks and then go back. And then with COVID starting, we needed somewhere to live. So we didn't have enough money to rent somewhere. And you know, in the city the prices are very, very high, like very high. And when we stayed here for Aslan's birth, we stayed not far from here. And I said, Fritzi and I both said, in the next few years, wouldn't it be great if we could have a big house in this area? Because living in Tanzania, you're used to having so much space, so much nature. And in the city, I get depressed. I can't handle city living. I've never been brought up in a city. I've always been brought up at the ocean as a child, in wide open spaces, nature, forests. City just kills me. It makes me so sad. So after a little while, after arriving in a city, I would get depressed. And additionally so, since I got sick and I'm lacking the endorphin hit from exercise, etc., the city was just a nightmare for me. And knowing that we had to come to the city, we were searching everywhere to try and find somewhere to stay. Couldn't find anywhere, and I stopped and I said, right, if we're supposed to leave Tanzania, then God, you'll provide something. And I'm leaving it at that. The following day, Fritzi's friend wrote and said her parents, the parents of her friend, have a property that they're going to demolish to build flats in this location, which is a lot of nature where we are, considering we're in the city, and only 3 kilometers from the nature reserve where all the deer live, and we're on the outskirts of Hamburg. And maybe I can ask them if they might want to rent it, because it's just sitting empty until they can demolish it, and it's delayed due to Corona. And we got this for a fraction of the price of anything we could find, any Airbnb, etc. But we still didn't have any furniture. So some wonderful supporters of Share Tanzania who are blessed in life, but they reached out, they're obviously a bit more blessed than most in life, sent us some money, and we managed to go on eBay and deck the house out, and also be able to pay the extra rent, and also be able to get the emergency flights out of Tanzania for Corona, because they were so much more expensive compared to the normal ones, because there was only one airline running. We got the very last flight out of Tanzania. So within a week of panic and chaos, everything was provided. The battery just cut out. So within a week of panic and chaos and not having the resources we needed to come back here and struggling a lot, we are always provided for, but there's just never a set monthly stability for us doing what we do. It's just not there like a normal family. It's just not present. And even including the fact that Patreon supports our living wage, the way we survive, that doesn't work either when it comes to renting a property. You need guarantors, you need all of these different things. We just don't belong to the system. So to do what we do, we take a hit inside our connection to the system in Europe, etc. And thus we depend on God and other persons believing in what we're doing for the children, and thus understanding the importance of us being able to continue that. So within a week, everything lined up in my eyes off the back of putting the prayer out and the angels coming down on who they need to and saying, hey, and suggesting this and suggesting that. And bizarrely, to have a house that's big, it reminds me of a house in Tanzania, a house like the one we rent, because I always said, if I could pick up a house from Moshi, the town where we're living, and drop it in Hamburg, I'd be happy. Houses in Moshi, they have no heating, they have concrete floors, and they have a nice big garden most of the time. So this house has no heating. We have to use electric ones that you plug into the wall, and it has a nice big garden, and it has concrete floors, and it's right near where Aslan was born and where we said we'd love to have a big house. And ask and it's given. I mean, we don't own it, and we are paying a very generous rent. It's very cheap for what it is, and it's home. To many it wouldn't be acceptable because there's concrete floors and the furniture doesn't match, etc. But for us it's home, and we're very comfortable with it. And we thank the angels for going forth, and we thank the persons who heard them and made it possible. So I just thought I'd share this with you anyway. This is our beautiful home in Hamburg, in a perfect location. And because as well we don't have transport in this country, we can't afford a car in this country, again due to what we're doing in Tanzania and having two lives. And there's a supermarket here which is like literally 2 minutes walk away, so everything was perfect for a recovering man and a pregnant woman to be living with a toddler. Everything was just perfect, and so close to nature, as you all know, so important for me, just 3 kilometers from perfect nature. So anyway, that's our beautiful home. Aslan's being put to bed at the moment, but I'll show you around inside someday, I guess. Just thought I'd share that while I'm on my recovery. And oh, by the way, the new range of fully recycled clothing is available, so check out our Teespring shop to get your hands on one of these as well. So, right, I'm gonna enjoy earthing myself. That's what I'm doing out here. Big love, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West, after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.